Let's look at what exactly a relation is, and we have to be very clear about its meaning, as it plays a key role in a lot of mathematical operations. Now, before going into the specifics, let us look at a simple example to drive home the point. And suppose here we are dealing with a home, and mm, suppose two families are residing here in this particular home. Also, Vishal, uh, who has two sons, Arjun and Ankur, and his sister is also staying. Suppose his sister is also staying in the same home. Her name is Poonam, and she has a son Kaushik and a daughter Neelam. Now, here we are looking at certain relations, but we have to be clear about how they can be uh, made into ordered pairs. In the sense that suppose we are dealing with a relation in the sense the son of then uh, typically a a set of ordered pairs cannot be made because we have a particular case where we have a daughter coming up. Now, what about mm, a father-son kind of relation? Again, as we are taking the set consisting of families living in a single home, uh, as Vishal's sister is also staying there, we can't take the relation of father-son also. So a simple, straightforward, possible relation in this particular case is uh, the parents, I mean the children of. So you can consider such a relation, and that's why the tick mark is given. So that means Arjun and Ankur are the children of Vishal, and Kaushik and Neelam are children of Poonam. So that's a specific case of a typical relation, and here you can see that the parents are put in a particular set A, and the children are allotted a different set B, and there's a relation going from set A to set B. And the interesting point here is that uh, uh, so Vishal's son is Arjun, and so the interesting point here coming up here is that now not that in this particular case only one kind of specific relation is possible, and so one has to be clear that when you are linking up elements of a particular set with elements of another particular set, a relation link up is should be in a viable fashion. So that's the important point. And so going on, so we have the case of Vishal's son is Arjun. So that's the relation, and how is it represented? You put a capital letter R in between. There's Vishal Arjun, and the ordered pair is that's the relation is Vishal comma Arjun. So what about Kaushik? We know that Vishal, he is not the son of Vishal, so in that case, it's not a relation. So you have to cancel out the capital R to indicate that it's not a relation. Now, a very important point here is that the word relation was taken too literally, in the sense that till now we were dealing with human relations, but the case is that it's mathematics, and more than that, it doesn't necessarily mean that all the sets which are linked up ought to be dealing with human relations. Suppose we go to an entirely different topic, like the kind of devices which work in a particular voltage range or something like that. And here it's a rough example. I have to make it clear that it's stated for a case of example, and there could be cases where the the voltage given and the devices indicate could be working in other ranges. So once again, I reiterate that this particular example is to drive home or to make clear the point rather than to deal with the physics or the scientific principle behind the working of the devices mentioned. So anyway, going on this particular case, you can see that if the elements of particular of a set A are suppose the what ranges, that is the voltage range, and so naturally then the elements of set B would be the devices or the electrical devices which can work in that particular range. And you can see that such a thing is also possible, and there's nothing wrong in it. So uh, it brings up the important point that what exactly is a relation basically means a link up of elements of two sets to form a ordered pair. So now that's a very simple and rough explanation. We'll be going into the specific shortly. So that's the meaning of a relation. And how do you put it? We already have seen it. So if there's a relation between an element A of set of a particular set with an element B of another particular set, then its notation is ARB, where R is a capital letter. If there's no relation, then R is slashed. Uh, so how is it got? So in a Cartesian product between two sets A and B, you get a set R of ordered pairs. And a very key point, interesting point, is that this relation, this set R of ordered pairs is actually a subset of the Cartesian product of the sets A and B. That is, A, B, that's the ordered pair, is an element of capital R if that relation is existing. So that's the point. Now, one point we can infer from this statement is that it's a subset, which means that it isn't necessary that all possible ordered pairs of a particular Cartesian product ought to be there in the relation. So such a thing is not necessary. So that's an important point here. And let us look at a very simple example to make things very clear. Not the point here that the elements of set A and B are different, in the sense that set A consists of natural numbers, and of course they are multiples of 3, of course, and B, we are dealing with the letters of the English language. So another point to note is that it isn't necessary that you ought to deal with the same kind of elements, or the elements which belong to a particular character. So it isn't necessary like that. So anyway, going to the specific example, we have a relation which give rise to 4 ordered pairs, that is 3B, 6C, 9A, and 9C. And of course that relation, that's the ordered pairs of that relation, forms a subset to the Cartesian product of a set A with set B. Now it is written as, of course we have already seen it, 3RB, 6RC, 9RA, and comma 9RC. What about 6A? Now that's a possible ordered pair, but in the example given, that ordered pair is not present, which simply means that it's not a part of the relation. So that ordered pair is not part of the relation. So you can represent it by capital letter R and cancelling it, and so as it, and Also not a simple point, but something which students can make a mistake. That is, if you are writing 3RB, then you don't have to put it in a ordered pair format and then put it in brackets. That's not necessary. So that's a important point. I hope that the students, I mean all of you, have got a clear idea about relations, and we will be looking at different types of relations and doing a lot of problems to get more thorough with this very interesting and key concept of mathematics. Thank you.